All right, lovers of freedom, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. You're welcome to this YouTube channel. You know, this is the Intel TV News. This is where you get your legit information about what is actually happening in Finland. You can check back our previous videos if you are in doubt. Then you know that everything we have said, everything we have broadcasted, everything we have shown to you is happening now. And that is the fact. And that is why with the Intel TV News, we will continue to give you raw information. We are not into editing or into noise making. This is the Intel TV News about what is actually happening in Biafraland. About the war between the Biafra Liberation Army, that is the Biafra Defensive Force, and the Zoo soldiers of Nigeria. Now, straight to the point. Regarding what is happening in Finland, the Nigerian government have tried everything they can to make sure that the Finnish government can at least send them Simon Ekpa to be tried in Nigeria. That one has been cancelled because the United Nations, so many international bodies have interfered. And they were like, you are calling this man a terrorist. You are tagging this man a terrorist. It has been 4 months now since you detained this man into local police in Finland. So that foremost, what is happening in Southeast? What is happening in Biafraland? Number one, early this year, there have been so many massacres of innocent Biafrans in Biafraland, destruction of homes, raping innocent women, destruction of farmlands in Biafraland. Do you know the amount of people that have died just this 4 months that Simon Ekpa have been in detention? Now, going through Simon Ekpa's S-handle, he is the Prime Minister of the Biafran Republic in exile. That means him himself is fighting and agitating for the freedom of all the Biafran. And you need to understand this, that Biafra is not a new name to the nation. So many world organizations followed what happened in the war. So many world organizations know what is really happening in Nigeria zoo country called Nigeria. So they know that this particular conventional war we had with the Nigerian state, that this war took the life of 4 million people. So we are not going into any conventional war with the Nigerian state. We have a right to agitate. That is in the Nigerian zoo constitution. Their so-called zoo constitution, the right to agitation is there. So we the Biafrans are agitating for our freedom. We are agitating for our freedom from the zoo country called Nigeria. Because the Nigerian government is sinking. This is just the second day into Tinubu's government and a lot is happening. Look at a president that his country is burning. A president that his country is burning down. West, north, south and east, everywhere is burning. Look at what happened in Plateau yesterday. How these so-called Fulani Janjaweeds, headsmen, killing innocent Christians in Plateau. This have been happening for years. Look at what is happening in Benue. The people of Benue do mass burial. Every month they do mass burial for farmers that have been killed by these Fulani headsmen. This have been happening for years. Look at what happened in Ebonyi State. Look at what happened in Enugu. Look at what happened in Edo State. This have been happening for years. Why haven't the Nigerian government come out to condemn these people? Have you ever seen anywhere they parade this physical parading of these Fulani headsmen that have been killing and terrorizing our bushes? These are the so-called kidnappers. They work with the so-called zoo military. Half of the zoo military are Fulanis. So they work with them. They work with them hand to hand. When last have you seen everything that happened in Benue? The Nigerian government never came out to condemn the killings in Benue. And it's happening till now. Till date it's happening. You are declaring state of emergency in Rivers. When in Benue State, they bury over 1,000 farmers. Mass burial every time in Benue State. Because of what? Because of Fulani headsmen. Even in Edo State. Even in Enugu State. Even in Ebonyi State. So, who is the terrorist terrorizing these places now? This man has been in detention for complete 4 months now. So, who is terrorizing these places? Who is still causing the killings? That is why the Finnish authorities have to tell Nigeria, see. If you don't have enough evidence to nail this man, because terrorism charges are not a simple charge in the world organization. Before you tag somebody a terrorist, you must have enough evidence to tag that person a terrorist. The Finnish authorities are vowing to protect this man, and they will protect Simon Ekpa. That is why we, the Biafrans, we need to utilize this opportunity to make sure that we fight this terrible government, to make sure that we use social media to spread about our movement, about our freedom. The Nigerian government must surely release Nnamdi Kanu. You cannot keep this man in DSS custody for complete 4 years now. And we, the Biafrans, are going about, and these so-called Southeast politicians are playing with our freedom. They are using the release of Nnamdi Kanu for their own political means. They are using the release of Nnamdi Kanu for their own propaganda means. Look at somebody like Soludo telling you that he is seeking for the release of Nnamdi Kanu. Soludo, that Nnamdi Kanu vowed to destroy, because he is using the release of Nnamdi Kanu to go for his second tenure. That is it. That is it. He's using the release of Nnamdi Kanu to seek for a second tenure. So none of them have come out to be pure. All of them have continued to use the release of Nnamdi Kanu for their own political means. So this is the right time we need to join hands together and tell the Finnish government that the main terrorists are the Nigerian zoo country and the Nigerian zoo police and the Nigerian zoo soldiers. That Simon Ekpa is only seeking for our freedom. He's only using his social media handle to expose their criminal activities in Southeast. Now stay tuned for this important video I'm about to play now. Then you understand what we're talking about. If you're just joining us now, do well to check back our previous videos. You can react to these videos in the comment section. Share your opinions. Share these videos, like and subscribe. Now, listen as you subscribe.
Showing right now on your screen is a post released by Mr. Simon himself, where he states that breaking: the moment USB charter was handed to Speaker of the House of Representatives in the person of Congress Mike Johnson. Yes, just in case you don't know, this Mike Johnson is the individual that Mr. Simon handed the USB charter last year. Showing right now on your screen is the video of that particular event. As you can see, we have Mike Johnson with individuals representing the USB wielding or holding the USB charter. So this is the man that the government of the USB alerted and informed about the USB constitution. Yes, moving on swiftly. This man known as Mike Johnson reported that he has informed Donald Trump about this constitution. Yes, he informed the USB government that, see, I have officially told Donald Trump about your constitution, and he has given his green light, and subsequently he's going to approve and put this into consideration. Yes, the moment that particular statement was made from Mike Johnson, a lot of individuals domiciled in the USB government did not actually believe him, and they asked for subsequent proof and evidence that he has spoken with Donald Trump. Well, showing right now on your screen is a tweet that this man highlighted, and this particular tweet is coming from the sitting president of the most powerful nation of the world, where he clearly stated that he has met with Mike Johnson and they discussed series of discussions, or they had series of discussions regarding international laws, regarding countries of the world, and also regarding the possibility of the USB nation and its constitution to be officially recognized. And this, like I said, is coming from, it was highlighted by Mike Johnson, a Speaker of the House of Rep, where he highlighted a tweet made by Donald Trump just yesterday, being the 3rd of April of this particular year of 2025. Well, if you don't actually believe this article, you can go to the official page of the President of the USA and you will find this tweet lying there. Yes, moving on swiftly, this Mike Johnson also went a step further to visit the President of the USA in the Pentagon. Yes, the moment we received the notification that Mike Johnson visited Donald Trump in the Pentagon office to discuss about his constitution, we did not actually believe this man. We felt like this guy was trying to use the USB to gain more awareness for himself. So the moment this man claimed that he met with Donald Trump in the Pentagon office, many did not believe him, and that is why he had to send this particular tweet showing right now on your screen as a form of evidence that, see, I met with Donald Trump in the Pentagon, we have conversations, and he is on board, and he has officially recognized your constitution because I, Mike Johnson, discussed it with Donald Trump, and officially he has recognized it, and the country of USA will subsequently follow suit. This is coming from Mike Johnson, and this is a massive and a very, very big update coming from the USB government regarding its constitution. And that is not even all. If you think things are getting exciting, that is not even all. We also have a very, very interesting update to share with you in this video, because for the very first time ever, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu himself has stated categorically that he will be released by Bola Ahmed Tinubu in the coming days. So the question here is, how or when did this happen, and why will he be released, and when will he get or receive massive freedom? Well, for better understanding, for a clearer picture, showing right now on your screen is a publication, an article coming from the Vanguard newspaper that was released on the 3rd of April 2025, as you can clearly see right here on your screen, where it states Nnamdi Kanu, confident of April release, knocks Igbo political leaders for neglect. And this is coming from Nnamdi himself. So the question here is, how did it happen, and how did you get to this point in time, and how did this man Nnamdi manage to make this particular statement when, like we all know, he's been held in the DSS facility? Well, it's very, very simple. Showing right now on your screen is a clear description of how it all unfolded. Yes, a man known as Engineer Ikenna, who is the President General of the Igbo Community Association, known as ICA in the FCT, visited Mr. Nnamdi in his facility in Abuja. Yes, he met with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in the facility, and they had a private conversation. In that said conversation, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu told him that, see, I will be released by April of this year. This is an official statement coming from the presidency, that by April of this year, I will receive and regain massive freedom. Like I said, this is coming from the mouth of Mazi and not from my own words, as the case may be. Yes, this said publication also went a step further to give us more clarity about this particular case, where it states that the ICA leader stated that Kanu, despite being in detention, appeared healthy, had gained weight, and remained in high spirits. Kanu reportedly reaffirmed his confidence in his legal team and expressed hope that the courts would grant him freedom in the coming weeks. However, he lamented the deteriorating conditions of Igbo people in Nigeria, stressing that no prominent voices were actively defending their case. And this is coming from the mouth of Nnamdi Kanu, where he has heavily criticized prominent Igbo leaders because of the way and manner that have neglected the struggle and also neglected him in the custody. Yes, this is a massive one. So by the April of this said year, this man known as Kanu will receive massive freedom and he will be released. Yes, it's a confirmed story and a confirmed update coming from Abuja. Yes, moving on swiftly, in our previous video, we extensively showcased the latest updates regarding Mr. Simon's extradition back into Nigeria. Yes, as we speak, the government of Finland and the government of Nigeria, together with the government of USA, collectively want to make this extradition possible. Yes, they want to use a particular way and method to bring Simon back into Nigeria using one particular formula and one particular leadway. Yes. So the question here is, how will they pull this off? It's very, very simple. In our previous video, like I said, we extensively exposed the method and everything you need to know and understand. Yes, and if you haven't watched that video, we have that video linked in the right hand corner of your screen right now. You can click on that video showing right now on your right hand corner, and it will take you straight to that update, so you can get to see every single thing that you need to know and understand in this point in time. Yes, anyways, moving on swiftly, we received
for information, Princess Aggie for the United States of Biafra. Thank you to all the media present here representing the United States of Biafra. Again, at this period, I want to thank our Prime Minister, His Excellency, Abato Bie Simon Ekpa. I also want to use this opportunity to thank our leader, our able Nnamdi Kanu. Thank you all so much for what you do for Biafrans. I also want to use this opportunity to thank our angels on ground that are safeguarding our life, safeguarding our women, safeguarding our forests from the reintegrated terrorists that invade our land, sent in by Nigeria government. Thank you so much and continue to do what you do. I also want to use this opportunity to thank all the new cabinet ministers of the United States of Biafra. Congratulations to all of you that made that final list. Again, we have to continue to make Biafra, United States of Biafra, one of the best countries in the world. Again, my name is Dr. Ngozi Orabweze, the Chief of Staff for the United States of Biafra, currently the Deputy Prime Minister for the United States of Biafra. Thank you all and welcome to this space. Let me start by, I also want to thank Biafrans that are listening and friends of Biafrans, and those that are not friends of Biafrans. I know you're listening, and it is a welcome development. The freedom of a people cannot be determined by few individuals. I am not, or by a country that continues to kill our citizens just because of their ideology. I thank all Biafrans that we are in Finland. We made it. We've declared the United States of Biafra. We are now an independent state. And I'm very, very happy to inform everyone that our lawyers, both international and local, we continue to apply the rules in making sure that United States of Biafra stands as an independent country being recognized by member countries in the world. I thank God for leading most of us back to our bases. After what happened to our Prime Minister a few weeks ago, as some of you may be aware, it took all of us by surprise. But again, we know that it is one of those things that is bound to happen, because our Prime Minister has always said he's looking for a day like that to be able to let the world know what Biafrans are going through in the hand of the terrorist state of Nigeria. Our Prime Minister is hale and hearty. They are just delaying him. There's no crime accused. They're just doing investigation, which they review every 2 weeks. And it is okay. After what happened to our Prime Minister, there was, again, I tell people, the structure of the United States of Biafra has been laid down by our Prime Minister from beginning to end. Unless the person is not true to this course, unless the individual is not following our Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa. Anyone following our Prime Minister and believing what he is doing, we know that he set the template for Biafra restoration from beginning to end. Nothing is left out. Everybody has their job assigned to them.
OPay. Download now.
But once our Prime Minister is not in the picture, somebody has to step in to help Biafrans achieve those templates that the Prime Minister has laid out. So when the issue happened, then we had Brigade Cabinet. Some individuals in Brigade Cabinet met with the CRC, the Conflict Resolution Committee, and they said they want to appoint somebody that is going to take the place of the Prime Minister. The Conflict Resolution Committee now issued a memo requesting for Biafrans, Brigade members that want to step into the issue of our Prime Minister to submit papers so that they can go and review them and vote and make them the interim Prime Minister, even though the PM has set the template for the structure of the government. The brigade cabinet members, upon seeing this letter, called for an emergency meeting and called on the chairperson of this conflict resolution committee in the person of Imam Maduabu. And we were surprised on why this letter. PM already had a structure. So why this letter to request for people to apply for the position of the prime minister? Eventually, the brigade cabinet members noted that this is inappropriate, and they took a vote to suspend the conflict resolution committee in a vote of about 20 in favor and about 9 against. Then after that, there was so many commotions, and I believe eventually the prime minister was able to see that letter. Then, through our internal attorney, through our PM civil attorney, a WhatsApp was opened. I just saw myself inside our WhatsApp forum. And in that WhatsApp, there were 4 other individuals in that WhatsApp that was opened by PM's civil attorney. There was Honorable Imam Madabo, there was Honorable Ogenkere, there was Honorable Uche Obi, the European representative, and there was myself. In that WhatsApp, the PM's attorney informed everyone, these individuals that was in that WhatsApp, that she reached out to PM to avoid chaos, to avoid crisis that some people are finding. And the PM has clearly stated to those individuals on that WhatsApp that the leadership, his surrogate, will be Madam Dr. Ngazi until PM will be able to join us. Excuse me. That was what happened. Since after that notice was given, some individuals in this struggle that claimed they were following the prime minister become very sad. They were not following rules. I tried to reach out to a couple of individuals that I know has things to do for the prime minister. I reached out to the defense minister. I reached out to Honorable Ogenkere, the finance minister. I requested for a private meeting with them to ensure that the government continues. The defense minister obliged, and I met with him for some minutes or hours. The finance minister, Ogenkere, refused to meet with me. I called several times. I sent him messages. He refused to attend. I called several cabinet meetings. We sent him the invitation to come to meeting so that we will know where our finances stand. I'm not going to go into details of some of the reports I got from some of the men on ground whom I've been part of helping to make sure that things are running smoothly. But rather than work with the government and the structure that our prime minister has established, the finance minister, Honorable Ogenkere, decided to do his own thing. I requested to talk with Success, because every now and then in meetings that PM and I has been, I know every now and then, not in all cases, because PM's way, nobody knows it. Anybody that comes out to tell you he's doing this with a PM in that way, that person is not being sincere. because PM follows the experiences of what happened in the past, and he's very, very cautious. In fact, you will not know that what you are doing, another person is doing it, and that is the way PM operates. I try to reach out to Success because every now and then, he's the one that helped to run errands on ground. He refused. While the brigade cabinet members keep trying to reach Ogenkere in up to 4 meetings, which he refused to attend. A couple of cabinet members tried to broker peace to see how they can get him to come to the brigade cabinet meetings. He refused. At a point, when one of the cabinet members reached out to him, he said he's not going to attend a meeting unless Success is at the meeting. So, knowing what I know, I already know what is going on. And I don't need anybody to tell me anything. My own is to make sure that when we raise money for our Prime Minister, who is one of our biggest fundraisers, we want to make sure that the money we are raising for our Prime Minister is going to the appropriate places that he requested, not to another place. And there's no way we can know unless I talk to these two individuals. They refused to meet with me. They connived with somebody we had in the homeland, Augustine Ekoyo, who is the Ebonyi State Administrator. I tried to tell Ekoyo, there were two individuals that brought the Prime Minister's name, the Ekpa and Abudanda. One of the individuals, Emeka Ghana, reached out to me and he said, because the PM has already promised these two individuals that they're going to get a plaque in Finland. So I asked them that it's important that I confirm where this Emeka Ghana is going to pay the money, because we have a federal account in Homeland. I reached out to the finance minister, a former institute in Homeland, to see if he can help me check the money that Emeka Ghana paid in the 4 million, because Emeka said he's going to pay 4 million for that name. And then the other lady, and they said she's going to pay 2 million into, and they asked me for the account, which I gave them. After they made the payment, because the person that won it, Mikey Dot, is in America, so we don't. He doesn't really need local account. So when I asked Ekoyo, the one managing our account in Homeland, to confirm if that 6 million was paid into the local account, she told me she do not have access to that account. Then I reached out to, she told me the person that had access. And I reached out to the person to confirm if that money was paid into that account. He told me that I do not have a right to that account at this point. So obviously, some people are working together behind the scene for what I don't know. I have an idea, but that's not what I'm going to say here. Moving forward, when PM was inaccessible in a Telegram group that was established for the state administrators, we have two groups, a WhatsApp group for the state administrators and stakeholders, and we have the Telegram group. Because of the absence of PM, I told Ekoyo to add me to that Telegram for the 40 state administrators so that I can monitor what is going on. He refused to do that, and there was a reason why I was not in that Telegram earlier on when PM opened that account, which is not what I'm going to be saying now. But when I asked the Minister of State to add me to that Telegram group, this Success was very, very aggressive to that MOS. He cussed him, he abused me. There's nothing he didn't say. He told the MOS that he should never add me in that Telegram group with some of the lies that he talked about. And MOS confronted him that he does not have the power to take the COS out from that group. Then immediately the MOS added me to that 40-state Telegram group. The Success and this Ekoyo and another guy, they left the group. And I have proof of many times I tried to reach out to these individuals after what happened to Pierre. But for some reason, it looks as if there's somebody they're working for. Fast forward to the Brigade Cabinet fundraising. We had a Brigade Cabinet meeting. And because we've invited the finance minister several times to the meeting, and he refused. Then he requested for a flyer to be made for fundraising. So we called a Brigade Cabinet meeting. And in that meeting, the whole Brigade Cabinet members agreed to suspend the fundraising just for 1 week. Because if the finance minister refuses to come to our meeting, if he believes he's working for United States of Biafra, if he believes our PN Simon Ekpa is his boss, and this is the cabinet that represents Simon Ekpa, then there's no reason why he should not attend the meeting for the cabinet. It was in that meeting that the Brigade Cabinet members agreed that we are going to suspend the fundraising for 1 week so that we can put our house in order. It's not just easy to tell Biafrans to donate money. And we've called our finance minister to meeting several times, and he refused to come to the meeting. We must put our house in order. And that was what we tried to do during this transition period from the Brigade Cabinet to the United States of Biafra. As a new country, there are things that we have agreed to do. There are a couple of United Nations charter that the country have agreed to live by. There are some human rights issues that United States of Biafra have agreed to live up to for the world to recognize us, for us to get the recognition that we need. And those things are some of the things we're trying to restructure, some of the few things. But for some reason, some people went out there, the finance minister, Ogen Keres, the ex-information minister, Sonny Aparawa, and the ex-deputy information, Rafael Ajere, just go to the back, confusing people, just sending out information that are not correct, that I'm canceling fundraising, this, that. And some people buy into this misinformation.